So you may be looking for a wine rack or maybe several wine racks. Actually, there are so many in the marketplace, hundreds, even thousands to choose from. Large, small, wooden, metal, plastic, you name it, it's out there. It's important to note, not all wine racks hold all bottles of wine well. If you're not careful, you'll get home with a brand new rack, all excited to put your bottles of wine in it and find what I found. The dang bottle slid out. That makes you mad enough to spit. In this video, you're going to find the best rack for you and your wine. We're going to take a look at two things. Number one, the things to consider when buying your wine rack. And number two, 6 different types of wine racks. Oh, and then there'll be a special bonus at the end. Let's get started. Number one, when you're deciding on which wine racks to purchase, here are several things you want to consider. How many bottles do you currently have? Do you want to maintain what you have or grow your collection? How much space do you use now and how much do you want to allocate for the future? And where? Do you want to make a statement with your display, or do you want something that's more utilitarian and functional? And how much do you want to invest in your wine storage and wine collection? By prioritizing and understanding exactly what your requirements are, you're much more likely to invest in a wine rack or storage needs that are perfect for you. Number two, here's the 6 basic types of wine racks we'll be looking at. The first is the stackable wine rack. These modular racks are a good choice if you're just beginning your collection and want to start small, or if you have minimal storage space. The great thing about stackables are they can expand as your wine collection expands. There's virtually no installation and very minimal building involved. However, these racks aren't necessarily as visually appealing or permanent, and some of the cheaper ones might not be very stable. The number 2 option is the tabletop and countertop wine racks. This is great for the casual drinker. You can store a few bottles on the counter or credenza or other pieces of furniture, and it's perfect if you live in an apartment, small home, or have limited space. They're not overly expensive, so they would be a good stepping stone if you plan to expand your collection. They're good for short-term storage, but not a very good option for mid or long-term storage. These racks generally hold fewer bottles than a floor or wall-mounted rack, which is our next style of rack. Number 3, the wall-mounted wine racks. There are a plethora of designs with a variety of bottle capacities, anywhere from 6 bottles, 24, 60 bottles and up. Plus, you can add to these, actually to virtually any capacity you want. Their advantages are many. They're often larger and sturdier than tabletop racks, making them ideal for both beginners and serious collectors. They'll also save you space if you have a smaller wine cellar or wine room. They're often modular, which allows you to continue to grow your collection. And in a climate control room, these wine racks allow for proper ventilation. There are also different types of smaller wall-mounted racks which double as wall decor. A drawback on wall-mounted racks is installation and hardware. You have to be comfortable putting nails, screws, or other hardware into your walls. If you're thinking about storing only a few bottles of wine at a time, a small tabletop model or a hanging wine rack could be the best bet. Even in the tightest of spaces, these racks can offer a compact and aesthetically pleasing way for you to store your wine. Our next wine rack is number 4, the cube. Wine cubes are a versatile type of wine storage. You just stack bottles on top of each other. The Bordeaux type bottle works best in this rack. Burgundy type bottles have a tendency to slide out if you're not careful. Actually, to understand what I mean by Bordeaux and Burgundy bottles, you might want to check out one of my other videos. Wine bottles, the big 3, Burgundy, Bordeaux, and Alsace. Getting back to cubes, cubes are convenient if you have a variety of different types and shapes of bottles. Generally, they're small, compact, and stackable, and can hold a large number of bottles. Number 5 is the wine cabinet and freestanding wine racks. If you're a modest collector or someone who is limited on space, a wine cabinet is a great wine storage option. They can hold a dozen or more bottles of wine and often have space for wine glasses and other accessories. They're perfect, particularly if you're just beginning your wine collection. You can place these wine cabinets in any room in the house. Many of these cabinets will probably not be large enough if you have an extensive collection, but are a good start and a perfect way to store your wine safely. The 6th rack is the custom wine rack. Custom wine racks are a great option if you are a serious collector or are moving in that direction. I'm showing several smaller ones and one relatively elaborate custom rack. You can build your racks as large and as elaborate as your wallet will allow. And you can select the wood, stain, style, and size of the rack, and you can have them custom built to fit into your wine room, wine closet, or wine cellar perfectly. You can also build enough racks to give your collection a little bit of room to grow. Now, this may not be the best option for the novice. Unless, of course, you suddenly come into a crazy amount of money, then what the heck, build what you want. Are you ready for the quick bonus? Here's a small nuance in wine racks. Something that will keep your bottles from falling off the rack, particularly the burgundy-shaped bottles. The idea is when you can, you want a designated space for each individual bottle. There are all sorts of shapes and sizes of racks. Do you see on this rack where the bottles go? Each individual bottle? Do you see how one of these racks has rails and the other doesn't? These rails create a cubby hole for each bottle to lay down in. This is especially good for Chardonnay and Pinot Noir and other Burgundy type bottles. Putting this into perspective, you don't want to lose sleep over this, but when you're putting your bottles in your wine rack and they don't have rails, you just have to be deliberate, careful. If you're not, you may find a bottle on the floor, or even worse, a broken bottle in a puddle of wine. Well, there you have it. Everything most of us need to know about wine racks. No matter what size your wine collection is, you can find just the right rack and the right storage solution out there waiting for you. Hey there, Posse. Thanks so much for investing the time to watch this video. I trust it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and please consider hitting subscribe. Also, be sure to check out some of these other videos. Until next time, cheers.